Hello everyone and welcome back to F1 2017 Career Mode. Today we have one of the more fun Grand Prix of the season. It's the Italian Grand Prix, which I'm very excited for. And hopefully we can maybe get a solid finish, maybe even a top 5 at most would be expected. But you see we have a new rival there of Max Verstappen. So I unfortunately forgot to show my qualifying lap and I lost the file for the pre-show, so that will not be in the race, but here is the qualifying results. We qualified P5, right behind Vettel there, and just ahead of Max Verstappen. So we have a solid starting position for the race. There's our teammate Lance Stroll in 15th, but let's see what we can actually make happen when we get to the race here. Alright, we're going to jump right into it right here. P5 starting position. 5 red lights. And we are green in the Italian Grand Prix. Look out for the Ferraris today. They've been strong all year. Now this is their home race as they're already going 4 wide directly in front of us with the 2 Mercedes. I'm not going to push the issue too much. They're making a lot of contact right off the bat. Oh man, no, Vettel's off. We get into the back of him, we get a little bit of wing damage. That might be slightly impacting on the performance. But we get by Vettel for the moment. He's probably going to be able to easily get by me again. It was a pretty hectic start, so I'm going to throw a replay of the start on the screen for you guys right now. You see they're 4 wide, the 2 Mercedes and 2 Ferraris. We're just there behind them, watching it all go down. They're just making contact. I got into the back of Bottas just a little bit, and Vettel came back on track, and I got him in the right or the left rear with my right front wing, and just barely damaged it. Now, as we're still on lap 1, coming through the right-handers now. Vettel hot on our tracks right now. He's probably going to be able to get me right here on this long straightaway. He certainly has a run. We're not going to make it on fuel at the moment. We're going to have to save a little bit of fuel, but hopefully we can rely on a safety car to maybe save that fuel. Now, as you see, we had a Force India battling Vettel behind us now, which is certainly going to help me, and it certainly slowed him up a bit, so maybe we'll be able to hold him off for another few sectors at least. I'm not going to try and battle him too much when he gets here, because that would just be straight up pointless, because we're not going to be able to beat him unless he wrecks out, obviously. 1 lap down though, we do have that damage. The car certainly wasn't handling the way I needed it to, but I'm just trying to hang on. It wasn't severe enough to where I thought I would need to pit as soon as possible, so I decided I'm going to try and hang on right until the first scheduled pit stop, which I believe is somewhere around lap 10. Vettel already going to be closing in on us a little bit. Not as fast as I expected, but he is just over 1 second now, 1.3 seconds. This is certainly one of my favorite racetracks. Probably my 4th favorite. My favorite racetrack would be Russia. My next one is Azerbaijan. I love that racetrack. And then Canada, which is my home track, and then Italy. And those tracks are all kind of similar. They kind of got long straightaways, and they're just a lot of fun to drive, and they're pretty short tracks all in general, other than Azerbaijan, obviously. That's a pretty lengthy track, but it is a very fun track. Now as we come into the last corner towards the end of lap 2, Vettel is actually not closing as fast as I was expecting, but obviously DRS is now going to be enabled now that we are on lap 3. But he is still 1.3 seconds behind me, so maybe he has some type of problem. But now we come to lap 5. As you see, Kevin Magnussen has blown a left front tire. He has gotten a puncture somehow, and that's not going to end his day, but it's certainly going to impact it majorly now, as it is going to bring out a virtual safety car. So this is a good opportunity to put the car back into lean mode and save just a little bit of fuel. And you see behind us, Esteban Ocon has actually gotten past Vettel just as really the virtual safety car was coming out just before that on the front straightaway. I believe he got by him. But this is going to certainly help us have a car in between us and the Ferrari. Don't want to go over the Delta, obviously, as we are over it right there. The top 3 guys have just checked out. I mean, we're not even going to have a chance at getting up to them. But now the virtual safety car is coming to an end. You see Magnussen there kind of in between sector 1 and 2 is just still limping around on that left front tire that is blown apart. And we're probably going to come up on him this lap. Now we've only begun lap 6, so we still have well over 20 laps to go, or just over 20 to go. But we're going to see how these leaders up ahead deal with Magnussen. It all depends on where they catch him. We do have Esteban Ocon actually running us down faster than Vettel could, so obviously that tells me that Vettel did have some type of mechanical issue. But he's still running, obviously. I would assume they would be able to get that fixed eventually throughout this race now. As we just about get in the sand there out of the right-hander, but now we're going to be coming up on Kevin Magnussen in the Haas car. Here he is there over on the right. We caught him in actually a really good spot. We didn't even have to worry about him. Didn't slow us down at all. Now as we have DRS down the straightaway, I think we only got that because of Magnussen. But Ocon with a pretty large run on us. He's not going to make a move there. He thought about it. You can see in the left hand mirror there. He certainly thought about making a move. But he thought better of it, just being only 6 laps into this race. Now we come down towards the final corner. He is certainly going to make a move here. He's going to go on our right side now. I am going to try and fight back. We should have the draft here, so that's really all I can rely on. We're certainly going to have to be pitting soon, but let's try and make a move on Ocon here. We're going to go to the left side of him. He certainly he has a little bit of damage there on the left side of the car. Into turn 1, it's an absolute drag race at 207 miles per hour. I went into turn 1 a little hot, but we are going to be able to make the pass on Ocon and get back around him for the time being. Now we come to lap 7 there. You see Vettel has run us down. I think they've got the problem fixed. Ocon was able to repass me, but we're going to be coming in here. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh, that just about turned into a complete disaster. Alright, so let's come to make our pit stop. We just about had to change the whole wing. I mean, we might have to change the wing anyways here because of the damage we accumulated earlier. So this is going to slow us down a little bit here. You see the team has a wing ready. They throw it on here. They change the tires over to softs, and now we exit our pit stop just in front of a Renault, which is Jolyon Palmer. 1 stop left in the strategy. I believe we'll be taking probably super softs on the next stop. We didn't come out too far behind Vettel, so that's pretty good. We're still running way in the back though. We're P18. But I doubt we're probably going to shuffle up towards inside the top 10 because certainly other drivers still need to pit now as we come later to still on lap 10 here as we pass Stoffel, Van Dorn, and the McLaren. You see we do have a slow car, a caution over there in sector 2. I don't know, he stopped, and that's going to bring out a safety car. We have Kevin Magnussen out of the race. That guy's race has just been absolute trash. He is I couldn't find a replay of what happened, but I decided to come back to pit road and throw on the medium tire because I was like, well, we're already in the back. Why not throw on medium tires because we will be able to make it to the end from here. So I decided to do that, but I couldn't find the replay of what happened to Magnussen, so I'm not 100% sure. I went to find it. I don't think it had to do with the tire because I think they would have had that fixed, you would expect. But now we come to lap 13 as the safety car is coming in this lap. We're going to be restarting P17 in front of the 2 Saubers here of Marcus Ericsson and Pascal Wehrlein. Just need to try and get the start right. I don't like where we're starting here. They're already going green, and we're going to be flooring it into the corner, the last corner. Try and use that draft to our advantage here, right behind Nico Hulkenberg. He's going to make a move on Fernando Alonso in the McLaren. That McLaren has absolutely no speed. We're going to go past him, and we're going to go to the inside of Hulkenberg. And Verline is there. Oh, man, sorry. We went in there way too hot. But I thought Verline was behind us, but no, he was actually ahead of us, but we gained a lot of positions there. I braked way too late. I sent it off into turn 1. I knew that I was in trouble, but luckily we didn't get any damage from it. Hopefully we didn't possibly put a hole in Esteban Ocon's right rear tire. I'd kind of feel bad for that as we lose a lot of grip there using the curbs like we did. That's expected. But we're in P12, the goal is P9, so we still got some work to do here. But we can definitely make it to the end as long as I can just save my tires. I think I should only need to save them at this point just a little bit, and then we should be good to go here. So I think we're on a good strategy, but we'll have to wait and see how it turns out. Got our teammate Lance Stroll right behind us on the super soft tires. He, I would expect, has to pit one more time. So I'm not really worried about him. I mean, we haven't been worried about him all season. Even when we were driver number 2, we were out racing him. Alright, now we are on lap 15, slowly closing in on the end of this race. Oh, they're slow as we now make another big move up the inside of these guys on the right side of Palmer. He's going to slide up in front of me, but we are now in the top 10 because I wasn't expecting them to slow down as much as they did, but you kind of expected it at the same time because they were kind of in a train. But now we go to the right side of Julian Palmer here. This could get interesting. We might have to go wide in this corner. We do make it work. We clear him without really cutting too much. We didn't get a warning, so we didn't do anything wrong there. Already back up to P9. This is the target position, so we just need to gain as many spots as we can from here. We might still be a threat to get maybe a top 5. We were running top 5, even with the wing damage. But now you see Palmer has a run on us. He is not going to be close enough to make a move. I personally don't like making passes into that left-right hander there, because usually it results in someone getting put off into the sand, and as long as it's not you, but certainly not the best corner to make a move in my opinion. Now Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap of a 124 something. Our best lap is a 125.8. Still a 125.8. We ran a pretty slow lap there. Alright, now we come to lap 17. We caught these guys in front of us. We're just kind of riding behind them. We got Roman Grosjean here. We might be able to make a move on him. We're going to go right to the right side. We duck left and then duck back right. And we're going to get past him. Perez and I believe that's Carlos Sainz. Either Sainz or Kvyat, obviously. It is Carlos Sainz. They have been battling quite a bit as we get real loose out of that right-hander. But now we come to the end of that lap. And you're going to see right here Sebastian Vettel battling with Valtteri Bottas. Tried to get to pit road and died. Like, oh my gosh. That's going to end his race too. Now we're going to go back and look at the view from his teammate Kimi Räikkönen. I mean, he was trying to get to pit road, and I mean, oh my gosh, like, Bottas was there and he wasn't giving them the spot, but obviously that was clearly Vettel's fault as we passed by him there. No caution right now, so we're going to have an opportunity to make a big move 3 wide with Carlos Sainz and Perez. We might clear them both into turn 1. We do clear them both now. What a move. Now, we are now into the top 5 here. Now if we can just chase down Max Verstappen, who actually Jeff came over the radio just a handful of laps ago saying Verstappen does have some type of mechanical issue. So we are probably going to gain that gap. We are now 4.2 seconds behind. If he didn't have a problem, there'd be highly unlikely that we gain that gap on him. But since he does have a problem, I think there's a realistic chance we can get ourselves up into 4th. And maybe if someone ahead of him has a problem too, we might be able to get a podium. But that's kind of stretching it a little bit, as we have only 10 laps to go in this race. And now we're going to come to just a handful of laps to go. You see Valtteri Bottas is blowing up right in front of Kimi Räikkönen. The man who just had an altercation with Sebastian Vettel has blown up, and obviously That's going to be huge championship implications for Sebastian Vettel, wrecking out of the race as we pass by Bottas to gain P4 now, as we are still running down Verstappen. But we have only 7 laps coming this time, 6 laps to run down Verstappen. But you see, he is certainly getting bigger in our view. It's now down to just 2.4 seconds at this point. So we might have a shot to get a podium here. Perez is behind us. He's not really closing fast enough to get to me. As long as I don't make some drastic mistake here, we should be able to chase down Verstappen. This has been a pretty eventful race lately. I mean, the start was interesting. Now Vettel wrecked out because of his contact and turning into the pit wall with Bottas. And now Bottas blowing up. This has gained us 2 free spots. We really should be running 6 right now and trying to get up to Verstappen for P5. But you can certainly see we are running him down at a high rate of speed here. We might be able to get to him by the front straightaway. Now into the left and right hander. You see everyone's on medium, so anyone that's on medium should be good to the end, unless they overly abuse their tires. But we do have a pretty large run on Verstappen. Is it large enough to make a move into the last turn? It might be. I thought about it, but I decided to wait here. We're going to have DRS anyways. Get on the green stuff a little bit there, but now we're going to go to the right side of Verstappen with the DRS working in our favor here. We're going to pass him for the 3rd position in this race, and now we just have to hang on for 5 laps to try and get, I think, our 3rd podium of the season here in the Williams car. Now we come to the white flag. We're still running P3. We're just hanging on now. We have no one even close to me as I got in the grass a bit, but you see Verstappen has also lost 4th, and he's actually continuing to fall down now. Grosjean in the Haas running P4, which is pretty impressive by the Haas team. So obviously this is probably just a freak accident. I mean, they're not going to be able to do this again anytime soon, I would expect. But Lewis Hamilton, I believe, does lead this race right now. I think Kimi Räikkönen is just behind him, or a few seconds behind him at least, but no one's even going to be able to challenge Lewis Hamilton at this point now, as he's certainly approaching the last corner now as we come down the long straightaway here into the left right-hander one final time. I'm pretty proud of how we performed this race. We got damage, and then we got set back, and then we started in the back under the safety car due to pitting as Lewis Hamilton wins, but we were able to work our way back up to 3rd with a little bit of luck, obviously. I mean, that's what got us here. But now we come through the final corner and out. No one's going to be able to battle us, as, oh, that is not good. That is not good. Go, 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 go. Holy crap. I had to make one final corner without wrecking, and I did not do that. Yeah, well, he might not be as happy, as now he has a slightly higher bill to pay after I damaged the car like that. But we were able to bring it home in 3rd for a 3rd podium of our career in season, so I'm happy with that. Next, I believe, is Singapore, so that might be a different story, but let's watch the celebration now.
They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today.
Alright, so here's your finishing order. Hamilton obviously won. Most people did 1 stop, we did 2. There's certainly some interesting names. I mean, look at Pascal Wehrlein got points. He got 1 point. Oh my gosh. I think he's tied with our teammate Lance Stroll now for points, or even beating him. But we are up to 7th in the points, beating Perez by 1. Vettel only has a 3-point lead on his Ferrari teammate Kimi Räikkönen now. In the constructors, I mean, the only team we can realistically catch is Force India. But I'm pretty happy with that race. Verline, I don't know how. I don't know how. Stroll 15th. That's like a career best for him. It looks like. We have over 1,000 resource points to spend here in the coming races. But let's see here. Who's beating the rivalry? We are 7 up on the rivalry, so Verstappen has 3, so we're actually beating him by 5. But the rep is going up a little bit. I think it went down for Mercedes, and it didn't really change on Ferrari, but Ferrari is really the team I'm looking to go to. We're not even going to bother doing this thing here. Personally, I'm not a fan of these invitational events. So we're going to skip that. I've never actually seen that screen before, but yeah, whatever. So, I'm pretty happy with how that race went. There's our teammate Lance Stroll over there, across from us on the couch. But, one more podium to add to our career, I'll take it. I think that's really going to be our last shot of the season. Maybe Brazil or something. We might have a chance. But, yeah, that'll do it for this episode of F1 2017 Career Mode. If you enjoyed, subscribe or leave a comment and like. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.